Real Madrid are about to lose one of the best players on the planet for less than half of what he's actually worth. And the club about to take him? They're prepared to make him the highest paid player in their entire history. We're talking about Vinicius Junior. And right now, this transfer saga is moving faster than almost anything we've seen this summer. Let's break down the money behind it. Here's where things stand. Vinicius Junior's contract at Real Madrid runs out in the summer of 2027. That might sound like plenty of time, but in football finance, it's actually a ticking clock. If Real Madrid don't get him to sign a new deal soon, they risk losing him for absolutely nothing when his contract expires. No transfer fee, zero, gone, on a free. So Madrid have two options: convince him to sign a new deal now, or cash in on him this summer while he's still worth a fortune. And according to multiple reports out of Spain, talks between Vinicius and Real Madrid have been going on for 18 months. 18 months of back and forth, and still no signature. Now here's where the numbers get genuinely wild. Real Madrid have reportedly offered him a new deal worth around 22 million euros a year. For most footballers on the planet, that would be a career-defining contract. For Vinicius, according to reports, he rejected it. That single decision has completely changed the direction of this transfer saga. Enter Arsenal. Arsenal have been quietly positioning themselves as the club willing to do what Real Madrid won't: pay Vinicius exactly what he thinks he's worth. Reports suggest Arsenal have already matched his wage demands, something Madrid have so far been unwilling to do. If this goes through, Vinicius wouldn't just be a good signing for Arsenal. He'd become the highest paid player in the club's entire history by some distance. Let's talk transfer fee, because this is where it gets even more interesting. Real Madrid reportedly want 170 million euros if they're going to sell this summer. Arsenal, on the other hand, don't want to pay more than 150 million. And in earlier talks, Arsenal's opening position was reportedly closer to 120 million. So you've got a 50 million euro gap between what one of the biggest clubs in the world wants and what one of the richest clubs in the Premier League is willing to pay. For context, 170 million euros is roughly 145 million pounds. That would make Vinicius one of the most expensive transfers in football history. Full stop, regardless of position. Now, here's the part that makes this even more fascinating. Real Madrid don't actually want to sell him, not even a little. But football finance has a brutal logic to it. If a player refuses to sign a new deal and his contract is running down, a club has to make a decision. Take a huge fee now while you still can, or risk getting nothing at all in 12 months' time. That's the exact position Real Madrid find themselves in right now. And it's why, despite Vinicius being one of the best players in the world, President Florentino Perez is reportedly willing to let him go rather than watch him walk away for free next summer. So why would Vinicius even consider leaving Real Madrid? He's won the Champions League, he's a Ballon d'Or contender, he's a genuine Bernabeu legend in the making. The answer, according to almost every report on this story, comes down to one thing. He believes he deserves to be paid like one of the best players on the planet. And Real Madrid, for the first time in this saga, aren't matching that number. Money at the very top of football isn't really about being rich anymore. Everyone at this level is already rich. It's about being paid in proportion to your value. And being told no by your own club is apparently enough to make even a Champions League winner start listening to offers. Now, quick reality check before we wrap up. This story has moved multiple times in the last few days alone. Some reports say Vinicius has firmly rejected Madrid's offer. Others say Arsenal have already struck a partial agreement. And Fabrizio Romano, one of the most trusted transfer journalists in the world, has said Vinicius is genuinely close to staying at Real Madrid after all. In other words, nobody actually knows how this ends yet. Not the fans, not the journalists, and honestly, probably not even the clubs. What we do know is this: whichever way it goes, the numbers involved here, a potential 170 million euro fee, a contract that could make Vinicius the best paid player in Arsenal's history, and a Real Madrid legend potentially walking out the door, makes this one of the biggest financial stories in football this summer. So here's the question. Does Vinicius stay at Real Madrid and finally get the contract he wants? Or does Arsenal genuinely break the bank and pull off one of the biggest transfers in the Premier League this summer? Let me know your prediction in the comments, and I'll be tracking this one closely, so subscribe if you want to be first to know when this deal actually closes. See you in the next one.